My name is Michelle Ring Hansen. I am the UDL state grant team member from CESA 7. My work primarily is around the UDL implementation trials, as well as supporting our state grant team.
And my name's Jo Miller. I am from CESA 8. I'm on the UDL state grant team. I've been working with the UDL state grant since 2014, and we're really excited this year to scale up the UDL implementation trials.
So Jo and I have been working on the trials project together. I think this is our 4th year. And one of the things that we want to do is welcome all our partners here today. We have been blessed with some phenomenal CESA partners that have really helped us with both the development of the toolkit and creating the features to bring the toolkit to life. They've been instrumental in both field testing the toolkit as well as providing us feedback so that we can have it in its best form for you today. We also want to welcome all of our project partners who are districts who are going to be using the toolkit and mentoring teams in their district through the trials process. So welcome everyone. What we wanted to do today is give you kind of one-stop shopping for the tools that will be helpful during the training. We're coming together today so that you as mentors get an overview of that trials process and the specifics related to the mentor role. Our agenda for the day is chunked into some specific categories of work. We're going to get to know each other a little bit at the start. And then we're going to anchor in when we talk about trials, what does that really mean? So we're going to give you an overview and walk through purpose and process of the trials, how these trials connect to other state priorities and work in your districts. We want to help you secure the mentor roles and responsibilities. And then as project partners, how do you pay forward some of your good work to the bigger project itself? So we have some commitments for you as a project partner to help us really look at this work from a statewide lens. We'll go right into the toolkit and get you working in that forward community, looking at our specific group or the mentors that we've created, and then give you an opportunity to engage and interact with the toolkit. And then we're really going to start digging into what are those essential tools. How do we get you ready for academic and student engagement work with the trials, and then give you some nice prep time so that you can start planning and getting all the pieces together for the work with your teams. At the end, we'll of course get your feedback. That's very important to us. We do use the feedback to ensure that we're meeting your needs, but also that we're enhancing the toolkit along the way. And then we'll talk about next steps for you as mentors and when we're going to get back together to create that system of support and that opportunity to celebrate your successes along the way. Are there any questions regarding the agenda? Jo, is there anything in the chat that we need to address?
No, and you will see that I continue to add the link to the participant document. Ignore that if you already have that open, but as new people come in, I want to make sure that they have access to that.
So one thing I wanted to give us an opportunity to do is to have you rename yourself. So some of us do this by virtue of attending so many virtual meetings. But if you could rename yourself so that it is your name and your district or organization, that would be very helpful. I've used myself as an example. And I'm going to do that right now. So if you click on the 3 dots by your picture, you can hit rename. You will get a little screen so that you can enter your name and then your district or organization. And that will help us when it comes to breakout rooms, but also it will help us along the way know who's with us and what districts are present today. And so we're going to do a little connection, and we want to be as efficient as possible. And we know there are several folks on with us today. So rather than have everybody do an open mic, we thought we'd use the chat to get started. So we would ask in the chat if you could tell us your position. So what is your role in your district? And what connection do you have to Universal Design for Learning or to UDL? And we're going to give you about a minute to put your response in the chat. Go ahead and do that now. So we have coaches, all part of the trial since they started. Excellent. Welcome. We'd love to have your expertise. Participated in the trials last year, Director of Student Services. This is wonderful to have your knowledge and experience as part of our session today. Missy, more coaches. Reading specialists. For those of you that have been part of the trials before, we invite you to, throughout the training, share your experiences with the trials. And also, as you hear from others, again, feel free to make those connections in the breakout rooms as well. 10 years. So it's so exciting to see all the connections to UDL, all the different folks here and the different hats people wear, and what folks are really bringing to both our team and our work as a state user group of mentors, but also the experiences that they've had in the trials or with UDL. We see we have some connections to Sheboygan Falls, which again, one of the demonstration sites in CESA 7. Looking forward to having UDL grow in regionally in our CESA as well as all the other CESAs. So again, thank you for sharing with us who's here today, what hat you wear, and the connections that you have to UDL. We look forward to really leveraging your connection to UDL and the experiences that you bring in the training today.